It is 9:49 p.m. and OU still sucks. Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, plenty of shit talking, and guys having senior moments on the radio, apparently. Talk about that. I'm your host, JC, your resident Titans fan. Joining me this week, we got...
Fuck all of you haters. I'm back, bitches. Fuck all of y'all.
I guess yes. Last week's podcast.
I guess I did fucking listen. Bitches. All you catching shots tonight.
We'll see.
Mike, why are you so mad, dude?
Can't wait.
This is what happens when you talk so much shit.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happens. Learn your lesson. This is Nori, your miserable yet again Giants fan. Big shocker, I know.
Hey, what's up? This is Rob, the current Vikings fan this week. So, checking in.
This is DJ here, the putrid Cowboys fan.
Putrid.
But I'm not going to let that bother me because the Longhorns went to Dallas this weekend and absolutely stomped OU into the ground.
That's
into
right.
dirt, and it was wonderful.
It's the
OU
best.
still sucks.
That was
It's
a
the best.
generational beating. That was horrible.
Gotta
Yes.
love it.
That's the best Texas team right there.
It was the only win in Dallas that weekend, too.
I've already said putrid Cowboys. That doesn't work, Mike. We're done here.
No.
You can't hurt him.
This is Phil, the current Lions fan, and recovering coach. We did just get the Stadium of the Future approved though through the NFL.
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Oh,
I don't know what
1.5.
for. You cost me $26,000, bitch.
Is that a trade-off
Fuck
for
your
taking the London
Jaguars.
game every year? Is that how it goes? So,
I'm not exactly sure what the deal was, but the Jags are covering about 600 million of it, and the city's covering the rest.
huh.
Wow.
So,
I wonder
Like
how
City's
many-
going to pay to watch y'all lose in a new stadium. That's good.
Wow.
World class stadium.
It'll be
Oh,
in
okay.
5K.
Alright.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, as you no doubt have guessed, there's a lot to talk about. The trade deadline is even soon, and there's already some wild trades going on. We'll recap how we did in Week 6, talk some news. DJ is going to give his epic bye-week report card for the Dallas Cowboys. That's going to be amazing.
Trash
And
is the grade. Go on.
make some predictions for Week 7. So, let's start with the sporting news. DJ mentioned it. Yeah, we're celebrating it. It doesn't matter that the Roadrunners lost last minute to Rice. You couldn't hurt me. It doesn't matter that my Titans sucked it up and couldn't hold a win against the Colts. You still couldn't hurt me. All is fucking right in the world because the Golden Hat is back in Austin because the Horns went into Dallas. Quinn Ewers looked shaky that first quarter, but God, did he ever
Man, he said,
come back
"Russ
and just
told him."
destroy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was ridiculous. He's overthrowing passes, interception. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then he was like, no, I got this, guys.
Just
I
get
got
the
it.
rust off. Just get the
He's
rust
like,
off.
just
I got
kidding,
it.
boys. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
Wanted to make y'all think there was going to be a close game. Here's a few quick scores. We're good. And
We're
then that was
good.
it.
That was
One of
it.
It's one of the greatest moments when half of that stadium, particularly the half wearing
Oh, yeah.
crimson and cream, is so quiet and so upset.
Yes.
And you know the best part about the
Beat the
Cotton
traffic.
Bowl is that both teams entered through that one entrance, which is right in the middle of the OU section. So at the end of it, when they all got to exit, they're the Longhorns holding up that trophy, walking right through the OU fan section like, yeah, look, we're taking back to Austin, bitches. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But can't rest on our laurels, can't celebrate too long. Georgia is coming to Austin this week, guys, with college game day.
College game day.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Ooh.
Can't wait.
Oh, man. The Horns are running the gauntlet right now, so we'll see how it goes. So,
OU didn't slow them down at all.
No,
I'll say that.
but I will
It was a
say
fucking scrimmage.
one of the best games all season was Oregon and Ohio State. Did you guys happen to catch that one?
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, there
Yeah.
was some controversy the last couple plays there.
Oh, with the
Yeah.
12 men on the field thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you guys see? What do you guys think of this? So, 10 seconds left in the game. Apparently, the Oregon coach intentionally took a 12 men on the field penalty just to kill about 4 seconds off the
He
clock.
killed 4 seconds off the clock.
So,
Smart man.
Smart.
yes,
Yeah. That's fucking brilliant. I mean,
it's Bill
That's a
Belichick,
guy-
if you ask me. So, yeah,
exactly. That's a guy that fully knows the rule book and understands what's going to happen. So
Mhm.
it's great, and it really came up and just like bit Ohio State in the ass as I don't know why that quarterback just didn't throw the ball away.
Why did he,
Just, yeah.
why did he slide?
Yeah.
I don't get
That
why he
man pulled the
slid.
deck. Fuck you. He pulled the deck.
He
He
said he was
said,
trying to make sure he got to field goal range, but at that point, just make sure you have a second for a Hail Mary, you know? So,
like,
exactly. What the fuck?
bro, he snapped the play at like 5 seconds, held it, ran up, and was like, slide.
yeah.
Somebody had to have told him, look, if there's nothing there in 2 seconds, throw that shit out of bounds.
Yeah.
Give us another play.
Like, trust your kicker or something?
I like what Ohio State did. They should do it all the time. I like it.
I will say, if you haven't already, Google college game day signs in Eugene, Oregon this past weekend, because those were some of the best ones. I think my personal favorite was Ducks about to bust a nut, because, you know, the Buckeye nut thing, which was hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of funny.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
Anyway,
Okay.
let's see here. On to the NFL news. Jeez. A lot of trades hit the fan earlier today. Oh boy. Let's just go in order, shall we? The Raiders have traded Devontae Adams to the Jets. Finally, we know this was probably in the works for a while. Judging by the fact that Devontae Adams was already at Aaron Rodgers' house and made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show today. So
Mhm.
I'm
did see
pretty
that
sure Devontae Adams was living there as soon as he requested a trade. But anyway, so let me see if I have the trade details here. I think was it a conditional third round?
Conditional third,
It's
like possibly a second,
Yeah.
Yep.
based on performance.
And they're paying the rest of his salary, which is
And that
I don't
that's
think. Yeah, I
desperate.
think the Raiders could have got more. I think the Raiders could have got more, but whatever.
Man wanted out. You got out.
Is
like,
this the most desperate trade you've ever seen for a team?
No.
No.
No, Aaron Rodgers was the most desperate trade I've seen
Do you
for a team.
remember? Do you remember Dallas when they had the Terrell Owens guy on one side and they traded a first and a third for Roy Williams?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was
Oh,
bad.
that wasn't in the middle
was
of the season,
horrible.
though, was it? I don't remember that.
That was bad.
yeah, it wasn't mid-season though. No.
No.
It was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. He didn't fit the scheme. He just like wanted to be there, and Jerry's like, okay, like he didn't fit what they were doing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
wasting a
from
first and a
Texas.
third was insane.
It was like, yeah.
Well, don't worry. We'll get to Jerry Jones later. But like mid-season, especially
You remember
for a
that time-
2-4 team, who this is
You
really a
remember-
weird way to go all in. You know?
You remember that time when the Colts traded for Trent Richardson?
No.
I mean, he did all right in my fantasy. But hey, you know what?
Fanny owners remember.
I mean, look, Devontae Adams left a 2-4 team to go to another 2-4 team. I said that's the best fucking scenario man's ever asked for in his life.
Well, it's an equal trade, so yeah, that works out.
You know?
Two teams that are playing like shit. Great.
Yeah, just like Judson and Madison both playing like shit. Oh, sorry.
So right
well,
now,
that's what I heard, so it's all good, Mike.
Yeah,
so right now it's
exactly.
a third round pick. If Adams
Can't hurt me.
becomes first or second team All Pro, or if he's on the active roster for the Jets in the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl, that becomes a second round pick. So
So in other words, it's going to stay at third.
So
Yeah,
third,
exactly. Like,
Third, once they burn out at the end of the season.
come on.
yeah,
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't know. I think it's potentially obviously this is a win for the Raiders in that they dump that salary. They don't have to worry about it. Get a draft pick out of it and move on for the future. But for the Jets, like if you don't win a Super Bowl, this is a lose.
Win now. And,
Yeah.
They have 111 million to work with, the Raiders next next year. But like, again, you have no quarterback. Who wants to go there? It's not just about having money. You have to be an attractive franchise, and they're not attractive right now.
Oh. See what they
No,
do
but
with
give
it.
them a couple years. They have the money now to actually go out and spend.
They got to catch up soon. That division is getting stronger and stronger by the day. You know,
Yeah.
Casey's already there. What was the Chargers we say have been coming up for a few years?
Chargers were
Well,
there for a minute.
I think Harbaugh helps. I think Harbaugh will stabilize it. I think he'll make them good again. He just needs a little more time.
Harbaugh needs more
Yeah.
time. Sean Payton's starting to click a bit with Denver. You know, they're probably like
Yep.
a year or two away. So
hmm
Raiders gotta. I mean, they got the cap space. It's almost like they're out of excuses now. You know, so just see what they can get out of the draft, right?
Denver is like that friend who will take all the leftovers at the bar when all the good ones are gone. Denver will beat up the scraps, but it won't beat anybody good, and that's not what they're paying Sean Payton for.
All right, so the Bills were like, "Well, I see you trading for a receiver, and we just whooped your ass on Monday night, so we're gonna get a wide receiver of our own." Buffalo got Amari Cooper from the Browns. The Bills got Amari and a 6th-round pick in the next year's draft, and sent their 3rd round in the next year's draft and their 7th round in 2026 to Cleveland to get Amari Cooper. You know, we said at the beginning of the season, I think Nor, you said, who the hell is Josh Allen going to throw to? And he hasn't been doing too bad with who he has. It was almost like whatever receiver's out there. But now he's got a true number 1 receiver.
Yep.
And for fantasy owners like myself who drafted Amari, is like, come on, something's got to happen. Now I'm feeling great. He's in a better situation than he was in Cleveland. So, Nori, your thoughts on the Bills now?
I'm sorry, Bills. I apologize. Yeah, I'm so sorry. They were doing good. I think what led to starting that trade was the beating they took by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they think AFC Championship if they got destroyed. Not that the Ravens are some bad team, but the way they got beat was like crazy. So you need somewhat elite, not even elite, reliable, consistent receiver. Cooper has his drops, but he's overall extremely reliable. Great footwork, top 3 route runner, maybe top 5. You could argue both. He's exactly what Allen needs because they clearly are not bad for the receiving core, and Amari Cooper is just an excellent insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love the trade. I love it.
For both teams, really. I mean, and it's...
I mean, the Browns, who cares? Because they're going to fuck up the pick. So,
Yeah, fuck 'em.
who cares? You got to give them 2 firsts, and they're not going to find another Myles Garrett again.
No. I mean, are you guys
It's
surprised that the Browns have turned out this way this season?
No.
No.
Yes. Very surprised. Actually, yes. I am. I'm very surprised because look how great they were last year. And I thought, okay, cool. All right. Watson is a more talented quarterback than Flacco. There's no way they don't just build on that, right? Right? Right?
Wrong.
I had them go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I had them go into the playoffs. And I don't know why, but apparently they changed the offensive scheme for the Browns, which if it was working last year, why the fuck did we change it? That's crazy. So yeah, I did not see them sliding to be this bad. Like they had literally the number 1 defense last year. How do you not build on that? It's insane. It's just super disappointing if I'm being honest.
I'm wondering if maybe it's the $230 million they guaranteed Deshaun Watson. Now they can't bring other people in.
Huh. That
I
could
mean,
be a-
I'm sure, but you put a
significant.
lot of money into this dude, and
They
Yeah.
a lot of it was guaranteed into a signing bonus though. So that's the NFL's way of
True.
going around the salary cap. Once you turn into a signing bonus, it's not on the cap anymore. It's just play money.
yeah.
I
But-
want play money.
Which is wild because based on that, they should be able to bring in some more offensive weapons. I would think.
You would think, right? Right, exactly.
Well, how many more games before Stefanski finally just relents and says, "Okay, maybe I should go to Jameis Winston"?
I think he's trying to get fired. I really do. I'm not joking. I'm not being funny. Like I think he's actually so over it. I don't think he wants Watson, so that's why he has to hype him up in the media. And I think he wants the fuck out of there because like he's going to be the scapegoat, and he shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we have Stefanski in Cleveland. We have McCarthy in Dallas.
Trash.
And we have who was it in Jacksonville? Phil?
Doug Peterson.
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 Doug
Yeah,
Peterson.
good old Dougie P. Yeah.
What?
So,
What?
my question for you guys: Robert Saleh has already gone mid-season. Which I can't believe still to this day.
That I was
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers
That
fired him.
was-
Got it.
Which one of
Rodgers
those three
fired.
coaches is the next one, and how many of them will get fired mid-season?
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
yeah.
where's Nick
We're not-
Sirianni?
Well, he won, so I mean,
Mhm.
kinda
When
knows
you
what
have to hold on, when you have to flex by beating by the Browns by 4 points, and you're a loaded fucking team, disgraceful. If you put Doug Peterson back on the team, you put any of the Harbaughs on the team, you put fucking Shanahan on that team, they're a Super Bowl team. They're badly coached, very badly coached. They don't scheme right. They have Jalen Hurts do things that he's not capable of doing. Like I think Sirianni. I personally, I know that wasn't your question, but
Yeah.
I would add Sirianni to those 4 because I think any 4 of them could be fired. It should be McCarthy, but we all know that
Mhm.
that ain't gonna happen because Jerry
Exactly.
likes having his yes man. So,
Yep.
and then almost firing the radio guy for asking a very valid question.
Oh yeah, I'm
Disgra-
going to get
disgraceful.
to that too. I'm going to get to Jerry Jones' senior
Disgraceful.
moment in a second. Yeah, for sure.
Senior moment.
I mean, golly, like what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's his birthday. Let him.
No, his birthday was so.
Yeah. On his birthday, the Cowboys got fingered. So yeah, that was his
Yeah.
happy birthday, Jerry. Look at your team. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
so,
Jerry.
Good job, Jerry. But the trades aren't done yet. Then we got the Texans trading Cam Akers to the Vikings.
I mean,
I don't know how I feel about
Pretty
that.
sure.
I don't think it.
yeah,
To me, it doesn't move the needle. But maybe I'm wrong.
no,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, Aaron Jones is still there. Last I checked. I mean,
But he's been hurt a lot this year. So maybe his insurance. I guess.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing, yeah. The two of both franchises exchanged 2026 conditional picks. So the Vikings sent over 6th round, the Texans sent a 7th round. Maybe it's because I don't know, just the Joe Mixon or Joe Mixon getting healthy again. I guess maybe they're just unloading.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Well, it's
yeah.
Mixon and Damian Pierce coming back. So like
Oh.
I was
he's
gonna say Pierce
he's
too.
the third running back on the roster.
That's right. Yeah. So
I think his insurance for the Vikings personally.
yeah.
And Rob's right too. He has no place on the Texans. I think both things are true.
Okay. And then finally, let's talk about Jerry Jones. Look,
Jerry Jones is 500 years old. All right, just give him some grace. Right, let him fire who he wants to fire.
Look, the man turned 82 on Sunday, and his beloved franchise, got thrashed. And we all know if anybody else was the GM of that franchise, they'd be fired a long time ago. But
Yeah,
the buck stops with Jerry. He doesn't seem to trust anybody. He said as much. And let's be honest, Jerry. Like, why you this is the first time I think he's had a senior moment on the radio. He goes on this radio show every Monday, Tuesday after a game.
So Tuesday
Yeah.
after.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a morning after pill. It just you just take it. So
Yeah.
go on.
and they're asking legitimate questions. Like the Cowboys are on a bye week. This is where you start second guessing moves you made in the offseason, moves you're making now. You're in a general manager position.
Isn't every franchise capable of that question? There's not a single team that you can't think would get better from the trade. So it's a very valid question of, are you going to use the trade deadline? Are you going to make any moves?
Yeah.
Even if you're
Yes.
fucking winning, you would ask that, right? So why is that such a bad
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Because he knows he's
I mean,
a dumbass.
seriously.
He knows he's stupid.
The Bills are winning, and they just picked up Amari Cooper. So that should be an example right there.
Like it wasn't even an aggressive question, and and if it was, the radio host, I feel genuinely bad. I talk shit about Dallas fans. I feel genuinely fucking bad of the misery that they're going through. Like it's embarrassing. They have a talented team. They have a very talented team. So to watch it be wasted, and that can't be the scapegoat for anything. I'm sorry, for everything. You just can't.
I mean, 4 straight home games of them getting thrashed. One in the playoffs, 3 in the regular season this year. So it's a stark
funny.
contrast from last year. It really is.
That's what I'm saying, man. This team does not look that. They don't look that good. They don't look the same. Yeah. Mike Zimmer's a fraud.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, the whole coaching staff at this point looks like a fraud.
I mean,
so-
I would love for DJ to disagree with me, but look what he's doing to the Dallas defense. Look at Quinn the last 2 years, right? When the offense can actually get back on the field, you know what I mean? They can score points, but then they have no running game either. So you have a bad defense and no running game.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then you don't call Henry. You don't even call him. Come on, dude.
It surprised me
Exactly.
a bit, Jerry. That's why I call it a senior moment, because he's never really done this in the press. Like, he's always been high and mighty, always been positive, because he knows, win or lose, his team's going to make money if he's not an asshole, right? To the press. I mean, it's his public image, I guess. He's still going to sell tickets. He's still going to move merch. But
Yeah.
I think he's just starting to lose it, man. He's just, for the first time ever seeing him in that post-game interview that he does, he was really looking old to me. He really was.
Yeah, he generally looks bad, and I think it's funny, because if you really had a problem with what was happening, you'd make the changes that are available to make. I mean, Nori, I'm just going to piggyback off what you said. Derrick Henry came to your facility, but then you let him leave without signing him. That's insane.
I just
Insane.
can't. I'm stunned. I'm stunned at what they're doing. I know he's not the most competent GM, but fuck, anybody would have the GM Brian something for the fucking Texans. The coach, and then he ended up being
Bill O'Brien?
the Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien. Yeah,
I missed that guy.
He would have been like, hey, Henry, you want to come play here? Like, it's insane. It was a match made in heaven. So to deny the Cowboys that, they would have been a Super Bowl pick. You had Derrick Henry and the Cowboys, they would have been a Super Bowl pick. He was that important. Look what he's doing for the Ravens. Lamar doesn't have to run anymore.
Yeah.
A running back actually stopping his quarterback from running is his fucking job. And he's a blocker. And he's selfless. He would have been perfect for Dallas.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating as Dallas fans watching, like, as the rest of us, yeah, it's funny. But it's like, at a certain point, it's not funny. Oh, what I was going to say with Jerry. Jerry very much not just has his senior moments, but do you remember all that shit happened with Robert Kraft with the masseuse and the prostitutes?
Yeah.
Jerry went in on him. So Jerry's he's been extra fucking ornery and grumpy the last decade.
Yeah.
Very opinionated.
He's losing it, man. He doesn't want to pass it off. Like, seriously, He's like trying to find the fountain of youth. He's trying to, I guess, put his brain into like a robot for all we know, so he can live forever.
Robots are out soon, so
Well, he's got the money for it anyway.
just saying.
I mean, seriously though, he's got a think about this. He's got a radio show. He does this every week. Name another owner of a successful franchise that does that. Do you see the Rooneys on the radio all the time? Because I don't see them doing that. I don't see Robert Kraft doing that. Right? So, I don't know the Chiefs owner's name. So that should tell us what we need to know. Everybody knows who Jerry Jones is, even if you. Nice. Soon.
Yeah.
To be continued.
Ugh.
But I mean,
Good timing there.
seriously,
Thank you.
successful franchises, the owner stays in the background and lets
They focus on winning.
GM and management.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let
And
the football people
them-
handle the football stuff,
Exactly.
Speaking of winning, with the owners being in the background, Mara is like kind of like universally disliked in New York, and it was fucking hilarious where a fan was fucking with him and he just pointed to his ring and just kept, look at this ring, look at my ring. Like, that was a goddamn flex. That was a fucking flex, because the owner is going to flex a Super Bowl ring, but
Yep.
Jerry's are made of copper, so it's it's a little different. Like, it sucks. It sucks. I know 20-year-old people who have never seen a Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They haven't even gotten there. Like, it's crazy.
Well, man, he's getting too old. And I mean, I know he's been too old for a while, but now it's really showing. It's not looking good.
Yep. And finally, on the baseball side of things, let's see if we have an update. Yep. Yankees are now up 2-0 in the
2-0.
ALCS.
I knew the
Meanwhile-
Guardians were free. I wasn't worried about the Guardians. We talked about this. I was worried about the fucking same team you were worried about.
Detroit.
I was
Detroit.
worried about
Oh my god.
Detroit also, but I was really worried about Kansas City.
Yeah.
But
Oh, the Royals.
Guardians
man.
are free. Guardians are free.
I really thought the Tigers were going to get by Cleveland and give the Yankees a run for the money, but I don't know. We'll see how Cleveland responds going back into Progressive Field because
Yeah, because the Cleveland baseball Guardians or Indians, whoever you want to call them, they're known for their great comebacks.
They
And
are.
I'm not saying this never happened before, but this is not the 04 Sox. This is just Cleveland.
But they got 3 games in Cleveland now, and I wouldn't be surprised if
Sure.
the Guardians really put up 3 there because that'll be tough. On the NLCS side of things, the Mets and Dodgers split the games in Dodger Stadium, and now the series shifts to Queens.
That's going to 7. That's going to 7.
That grand slam. Ooh.
I mean, first of all, shout out to the Dodgers bullpen pitching staff, if you will. 33 scoreless innings.
Man.
Ties a Major League Baseball postseason record with the Baltimore Orioles, by the way. So,
And Mookie's not coming back at all, is he, for this postseason? He won't come back in time, will he?
Mookie Betts?
Betts.
Mookie Betts.
Oh, he's been there.
He's been playing.
Yeah, he's been playing. He's like batting second.
No.
But, yeah.
My bad. I missed that because I thought he wasn't come back till after the playoffs or whatever. So
I think you're thinking of Kershaw. Like, he's seriously hurt. I don't think he's
Yeah,
playing.
Kershaw.
you know what? No, I was thinking. I forgot about Kershaw, but that actually helps my next point. Is that this Dodgers team is stupid loaded.
But you still have like Verdi, and you still have Yamamoto. You still have
So my
like
God,
Yeah.
loaded.
There's going to be a couple pitching duels. I feel it when I saw Minaya going on the mound for the Mets game too. I was like, okay, I think the Mets can get this one. And Lindor kicking it off with a home run. I was like, all right, you can never count the Mets out this season. You really can't.
Which is a very un-Mets thing to say.
Yeah, but think about it. Earlier this season, I forget what the pitcher's name was. He got taken out of the game. He had a fucking meltdown. He threw his glove in the crowd. He's cussing out his manager. Literally, the Mets released him next day, got rid of him. Okay, we're done with this asshole. And 2 days, was it 2 days later? They called up. I forget who it was, and he just brought some new energy, and it's been a different team since. It's insane, and I'll be honest with you. I was when this postseason started. I was like, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mets and Tigers in the World Series, especially the way the Tigers came back. But whew.
You know what's funny? The Mets are one of the few teams you'll ever see with a massively high budget that's an underdog, and they're just kind of fun to root for. I'm not gonna lie, they really are.
And as long as Edwin Diaz stays the lights out, if he gets in the game at the end, it's gonna be tough. So the Dodgers are gonna struggle playing from behind, and I think that's gonna be the thing. If the Mets have a lead, the Dodgers are not built to be a team that plays from behind.
I agree.
Built,
The Dodgers have to establish the quick lead and just bombard you because they have the offense to bombard you. So the pitching is a bonus.
It is. So they really got to take advantage of the fact that they're going to bat first for the next 3 games. And make it so yeah. All right. Let's get into our recap of week 6. Excuse me. How did we do? Well, Phil and Chico
pretty good.
13-1. Rob and Nori 12-2. DJ 10-4, and I went 8-6. All winning records. I was just happy to get out of there with a winning record. Then I see these guys like, Jesus, everybody double digits but me. Wow, amazing. So we're gonna start with Chicken Wing. Actually, you have 1 pick.
that
you
pick,
could
Chicken
potentially
Wing.
regret.
Phil, costing me $26,000. I was 13-1 in my parlay.
To be fair, Phil
Kiss
did
my
not
ass.
pick his Jags. I'm just gonna throw that out
Yeah,
there.
Phil didn't pick the Jags though.
So
What? You know what?
What?
You're
He told us. Phil told us.
So
Phil
Phil
warned
told
you.
us. I will give Phil that. He gave us reasons. He gave us a whole map of why the Jacksonville was going to win, and I regret not listening to him.
yeah.
I will say
But
that.
it's London. I was relying
No,
on
no,
JC's
I-
and
I-
Nostradamus.
No. I
the
asked him.
stars.
If you heard the podcast, I said, "Hold on, Phil. Aren't they undefeated in London?" And Phil literally said, "No, they lost the last one in London." So
Well, they lost before, but yeah.
I'm
So,
aware
yeah.
of that they lost the last one in London, but I was relying on the stars and the fucking
That's
astronomy.
of the AFC South.
So you're relying on JC.
I mean,
Yes.
that's just
Okay.
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
So it's good. Well, JC will tell you to look at the standings and don't rely on him. That's what he'll tell you.
That's what Which, by the way, all of a sudden, Chicago, they're starting to hit their stride. Just throw it out there.
Yeah, man.
Shut up.
That Caleb Williams guy, he seems to know how to play football, I guess.
No.
I guess he's kind of okay. Yeah.
No. I refuse to
Phil,
acknowledge
we'll
that.
ask you. There's only one pick you could potentially regret. You took the Seahawks over the Niners on Thursday. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I guess that was a clear regret.
Yeah.
It ruined my second perfect week. But Seahawks are just that. Their offense just how many interceptions they throw in the end zone? I think they're like 2 or 3.
Geno's regressing.
Yeah.
But it's not just Geno, it's the coaching too.
Mhm.
Replacing Pete Carroll was kind of impossible.
Gino is coming back to being Gino.
Yeah.
Oh, the Gino we all love and
Yes.
Party might be over. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, every other game went pretty much as I expected. And Bears aren't good. The Jags are just bad. So
Okay. That works.
Rob, let's go to you next. Anything you regret? Anything surprises?
I forgot COD's thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like Arizona, just Marvin Harrison getting hurt on like the third play of the game just kind of screwed
Cooked
the
you.
future. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it cooked me in fantasy and it cooked the Cardinals because they had no one else to throw to. I was like, really? Like this is how it's gonna happen? Like,
I mean, if you're drafting top 4, you know that team's cooked. So
yeah.
all right. Nori, what about you?
usually once or twice a year, I have no regret picks, and this is one of them. Knowing what I know, hindsight's 2020, but knowing what I know, I don't actually have a picks I regret based on everything I knew last week. So surprises, yeah, sure, but I'm very surprised the Giants lost because I was stunned. It wasn't bad refereeing. It wasn't any of that bullshit. It was just the Giants getting in their own way consistently, and Cincinnati did everything they could to give us the game. I've never seen the Giants have not let anybody get 21 points in them this year. They are wasting these brilliant defensive performances. They're wasting them, and it's really frustrating to watch. We have the opposite problem with the Cowboys and the Giants. We have an elite defense. They have an elite offense, and it's beyond frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have any true regrets looking back.
DJ.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets either. Knowing what I knew, I went ahead and took the teams that I took, and it is what it is. Surprises. I really expected the Cowboys to show up more. Truth be told, I thought that was going to be more of a shootout. I still thought Detroit would win. I wasn't really concerned about that, but I thought at least we'd have an offensive showing, which would make Detroit put up more points, and then the game would be over. But they really didn't have to do anything. They just basically they kept doing it because the Cowboys kept letting them do it, and they were just like, all right, well, if you're not going to stop us, we'll run this fucking trick play over here, and we'll try that. Oh, that worked great. So
honestly, they tried to embarrass them because of last year, because of that call. They tried to embarrass them.
Oh God, I was praying for an offensive line touchdown too because that was a bullshit call last year. I was really hoping so.
Well, look, I said it last week. I said they're going to come. Dan Campbell wants to come in here and leave no doubt. There's not going to be any controversy at the end of the game. Oh, maybe this, maybe that. Oh, the referees have to take the game. Nope. He's like, all right, we're going to come in here. We're going to dominate, and they did.
Yep.
So hats off to them. They did it.
They really gave themselves a bye week too. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
They did.
Yep.
Oh, and then
How many lineman plays did they try?
What's up?
How many lineman plays did they try? I think they tried like 3 or 4.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Well, the first play of the game, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but they had an offensive lineman register as an eligible receiver on the first play of the game.
I saw that.
I saw that one.
And I was like, okay, this is already shaping up to be bad. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yep, this is not going to be good.
Yep.
Only other surprise would be, nothing against Baker Mayfield except that he went OU, and OU sucks.
Check that out.
The Bucks put up 51 points. Baker Mayfield led the Bucks to 51 points, even though he threw 3 picks. Imagine if he didn't throw those
He's great in the
picks.
Bucks. He's great in the Bucks. Say what you want about him.
He's
Annoying in OU, sure. You know what I mean? But since he got to the NFL, to me, he hasn't done or said anything like really super annoying. Even on the Browns, he took responsibility all the time. Was he an annoying college player? Absolutely. But he did what we want all these young guys to do, is grow the fuck up, right? Just at least give him that.
Finally.
He did.
Don't ask.
Yeah, no, for sure. He needed to.
As for me, I think I regret taking Seattle. San Francisco started to get healthy at the right time, so probably should have checked on that. I don't regret taking Washington. I really thought they had a shot at that one, and it was close. It really was. They did quite well, and that's a game that could just go 50-50, honestly. So, but Washington, despite that, was impressive for sure. Surprises, I mean, not surprised Jacksonville lost. Just surprised that Chicago put up as much as they did.
Me too.
And
Just those fingernails.
yeah, the Tampa
Shut up,
game,
shut up.
Tampa New Orleans game worried me for a bit because Tampa was up big, and then New Orleans came back in the second quarter, and I'm like just checking in on the score every now and then. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then Tampa just finally blew it open. So, but yeah, so all right, well, it is a bye week for DJ's Dallas Cowboys.
Thank the fuck Christ.
Seems a little upset there.
DJ, this
you okay
is your
there, DJ?
opportunity to have your own senior moment and give us your bye week report card for the Dallas Cowboys. So, go for it.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to take up a lot of time because, quite frankly, the Cowboys don't deserve a lot of my time. The type of performances that they're putting up, especially at home, there's not going to be a lot of talking. So the grade is a D. The only reason they're not getting an F is because they don't have a losing record, and because even as poorly as they've been playing, they're only one game back in the NFC East. So by some miracle, they still have an opportunity to make the playoffs. So I can't call it a failure because they still have a shot. But we don't play defense, and quite frankly, even the opportunities we have to play defense, our defense gets tired because our offense looks putrid. Brandon Cooks is on IR. You got DeMarcus Lawrence out. You got Micah Parsons out. But even when they played, they didn't look good at home. They had one good game against Cleveland, which we now know is a dumpster fire, so I don't even count that. And then they come home, and even with everyone healthy before they got hurt, they still look bad. So I don't really have a whole lot of positives to say outside of the fact that by some miracle, as I said, we're one game back of Washington, who's 4-2, and we're 3-3. So after the bye week, we get healthy. Maybe something's different, but quite frankly, this next game coming up, I don't think it'll be different. We're going to San Francisco, and we'll probably get bodied. So I'm done.
I mean, in their defense, they play better on the road, but yeah. So just throw it out there.
They can't beat San Francisco. They haven't beat them in 4 tries. They can't do it. They can't fucking do it. They don't know what to do.
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I mean, he's got a point.
Mike,
He's
listen,
got a point.
they're not going to hurt me anymore. They can't do it. The Cowboys have a history of not playing well against the West Coast offense or offenses that have West Coast tendencies in them. They don't play well against them. They can't do it.
Or this
So
year,
whenever they
just
play,
anybody good.
Yeah.
exactly.
Or just anyone that's
Just
breathing.
anybody good? Okay.
If you can run the ball at all, they're fucked. And the Lions can run the ball. Fucked. The Ravens can run the ball. Fucked. There's nothing you can do. Yeah, they're not winning the game.
And y'all could have had.
If we could have had Derrick Henry, and quite frankly, if we had Derrick Henry, I think we would have beat the Ravens. Because look what Derrick Henry did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I'll just spoil my pick for next week. Niners. I'm done now.
I mean,
You know what? Let's just spoil your picks for the rest of the season. So here we go. Niners, you took that one.
Yeah.
At Falcons.
What time is it?
Noon on Fox.
that's easily a Cowboys win.
Noon on Fox? I don't know, man.
I don't know about that. If it was prime time, I'd say we had a better shot. But noon on, that's a toss up.
Okay.
I mean, we might, because early in the season, Kirk Cousins didn't look good. Now he's playing better. So which Kirk are we going to get? Right.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
that's a toss up. I'm not sure about that one yet.
Okay, home versus Philly.
Philly.
No, Cowboys. Because Philly looks like shit right now. They look even worse than the Cowboys
Okay.
do.
He's not wrong. I generally don't know who I'm going to pick those because both of those
Yeah.
teams are finding new ways to disappoint their fans. Like Philly barely beat the Browns, and say what you want about the Cowboys, but they blew out the Browns, blew them out.
Okay,
So I don't know who's going to win that game. I'm with
All right.
DJ on that.
here we go. Home on a Monday night against the Texans.
Oh, Texans.
Okay.
Texans.
At Commies.
Commies.
Okay.
Yeah, Washington.
Thanksgiving
Mhm.
against the Giants.
Cowboys. The Giants don't beat the Cowboys.
All right.
Until we actually beat them, keep picking the Cowboys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson.
Home against Cincy.
Shit. I mean, if Cincy is really,
Cincy, you don't have the defense we do. Cincy.
yeah,
Nah,
I'm gonna go
that's also
Cincy.
December Cowboys. They're downslide there.
No. They don't start downsliding until. Well, no, you're right.
You're close.
Dallas is in
That
December
is, by the
form
way,
right now.
in December. I just want to point that out. So
Ooh,
They're in
that changes
December.
things.
yeah. So
That
Dallas
changes
is in
everything.
December.
then.
Dallas is in December mode right now, though. That's the
yeah,
problem.
That's true.
Yeah, so it could be an inverse. So maybe they surprise everyone. I'm taking Dallas.
They have a chance. They have a chance.
I'll take Dallas.
At Carolina.
Come on, man. Dallas.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
Sunday night at home versus Tampa.
Tampa.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Damn.
Baker Mayfield's gonna go stupid. I know it.
That is Baker Mayfield Stadium, by the way.
at Philly.
I still take Dallas.
And then finally, week 18 at home versus Washington.
At home,
Yeah.
you're cooked.
Well, it depends.
fucking
If-
cooked.
If Washington has already locked up the division, then they're not going to play their starters. So the Cowboys could win that. That's a toss-up, depending on what the playoff team looks like.
But if Washington can eliminate you, they will take every opportunity to do
Absolutely.
it.
Damn right they will.
Absolutely.
Especially if they got a
Absolutely.
shot to get the top seed in the NFC, which they got a good shot considering the division that they're in.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. So
Crazy.
Oh, NFC least again.
We really are like the Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys are all kinds of different reasons for being disappointing.
I
And
mean,
Washington is like.
have y'all
fun
not
to
seen the
watch.
NFC West right now? We are first at 3-3. Don't no, don't do that to
But
the
the
to the
49ers,
least.
hold on, no, but the 49ers would beat all four of these teams right now. That one team would beat all four of these teams.
That may be true. That may be true, but like right now, record wise, it's more of a toss up in my division than it is in the.
But you have a
in the
Super
East.
Bowl contender in your division, so we don't have any of that. Our best team is probably Washington, and they'll probably be a first round exit as of right now.
Okay.
You
We're a
guys
few
aren't as
weeks
good as you
away
used to
from
be.
looking at like a mid-season look and see where we think how we're doing. So yeah, but we'll see. All right, Nori or Chicken Wing, do you guys have any segments for us this week?
Actually, don't.
Okay.
There was so much to cover
Shocker.
with the trades and everything.
Wow,
I-
right.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow that stuff. Right?
Honestly, yeah. And I thought we would just take up so much time talking about all the news. I'm like, we'll just save for another week.
Okay.
So yes, you do have overreacting minorities.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh great. Oh yay.
Sounds so excited.
Fucking
Right.
ecstatic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fuck you.
Well, what do you
All
got?
right. So now that we have the trade in, like y'all covered like half. Well, y'all touched on like half the questions, but now that we got the trade in for Devontae Adams, he is going to score 10 touchdowns, 10 or more between now and the end of the season.
Let's check the Jets.
10
Overreaction.
or more?
Between
10 or
now and the
more?
end of the season.
Overreaction.
Who's the offensive coordinator?
Bingo.
cares?
Yeah, overreaction.
Overreaction.
Just saying, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers ain't playing like that fantastic.
I mean, he might get 10 against New England, but that's about it. So
I mean, that's all
New
he
England's
needs, though,
defense-
right?
yeah,
New England's defense ain't too bad.
I know, but
It's their offensive.
the Jets
And-
beat him 24-3 without him.
Sure, but we haven't talked about Drake May, who's done absolutely fantastic.
He
What
looked
is his
so
debut?
much better, didn't he? That offense.
That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
I don't even know if we can make fun of them anymore.
Yeah. Well,
No, we definitely can. We definitely can.
all right.
So the Lions need to make a trade for Max Crosby.
Why?
No.
Because
Hutchinson's out for the
injury?
season.
God, that was
Hutchinson.
That's right.
Did they
It's
say
pretty much
season or
done.
was it?
Oh, it's
Season.
it's season. Like
It's
there's no
practically
way.
season.
They won't say season, but I can't imagine it's not the season. I'd
I
be
can
shocked.
see
no one's
him
back.
getting back by the playoffs, depending how severe. I mean, obviously it was a snap and a half, but
It's snap, dude.
I know,
Like,
but you never know. So
I think he's done. I mean, I don't think they need to trade for Max Crosby though. I mean,
Do you want to risk his career?
What about
for...
Myles Garrett?
Ooh.
Well, what's his contract? That depends.
Good question. Let me see.
I mean, how many years, all that other shit. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, because
the Lions are probably saving. They're probably saving the money. Don't they have to pay? They're gonna have to pay Hutchinson. They're gonna have to pay Amont St. Brown. They have a young team that they're gonna have to save money for. To be honest, I don't know if they take on a huge salary, and nor do they. Maybe they don't need anybody. Hutchinson's a big loss, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Let's see. Garrett. He has. Oh, wow. It's really not that much.
I mean, if the numbers work, then I mean, clearly the Browns are trying to get rid of everyone.
His cap is at about 20 mil for the next 3 seasons, including this year. So.
Garrett, I could see. Max Crosby, I don't know. Max Crosby was actually voted as the whitest black guy in the NFL. So he ain't leaving fucking Oakland. He's not leaving fucking Oakland.
But to Detroit though, it's next to the next black city. What are you talking about?
I mean,
plus Crosby did mention in an interview a couple years back that if he were to leave, Detroit was going to be like the team he would want to play for because he wants to play under Dan Campbell.
I mean, well, to be fair, who wouldn't? Number one, but number two, it would be a massive upgrade. Obviously, I'm not saying it'd be a bad trade. I don't know.
Crosby's cap hit this year is 30 mil. Next year's 28. The year after is 25. So
I can see the Raiders fumbling Crosby. Yeah, they've already fumbled Adams.
I mean, Adams is...
Yeah, I don't know. Tom Brady is now a 5% owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I thought he was 10% on...
Yeah? I heard 5%. Well, either way,
I thought it was 5.
Things. Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's something.
Changes a lot of things.
Now, so...
Yeah. So... Spencer Rattler will not let Derek Carr get his job back.
Oh, overreaction.
Overreaction.
Let him get his job back. Okay.
Dude is Garbo. He's so Garbo.
He's bad.
Come on, man! I had to give y'all like one easy one, right?
He's gonna make Derek Carr look like fucking Jesus on skates. No, dude. No.
Let him get his job back. I love it. I love it.
All right, so to kind of tie into the Tom Brady thing, what his restrictions are the following: he's not permitted to be in any other team's facility, not permitted to witness practice, not permitted to attend broadcasts, production meetings, either in person or virtually, and he's subject to the NFL's gambling and anti-tampering policy. So, yeah, there goes his broadcasting career, boys. Good job.
He's still a name, though. You know, he could still do something in broadcasting. I mean, obviously he's got the contract this year, but despite the restrictions, you think a TV network would pass at the chance to have him as a commentator? I'm not saying he's.
Have you seen his commentating?
I mean, it's not too bad, I guess.
Not everybody can be Tony Romo. Not everybody can be Tony Romo. But Brady's still, what JC's saying, and I agree with, he doesn't have to be great at commentary. It's just people want to hear his opinions. Yeah. People want to hear his opinions, exactly.
Of course, but
he can be a guest on the Manning Cast or something. Who knows? You know, so I mean,
that might be different. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, because everything else he really can't do at that point.
I mean, does broadcasting actually hit any of those like restrictions? Like he wouldn't be going to facilities; he'd be playing like.
There's something
about
media
day research for his stuff, but I mean, not really.
He can't. Yes, he is the only broadcaster I read that's not allowed to go in locker rooms. So the research thing hurts. That's extra news that another channel is going to have now.
Yeah.
So he does have a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
What's kind of borderline not worth it, but you know, it's $325 million. I'd make it work.
Like I would make it work too, but I don't
know.
I mean, the Raiders have been profitable in Vegas. So
all right, so there's going to be.
Yeah.
True. Mm-hmm. So there is going to be at least 2 more coaching moves between now and Thanksgiving week.
Not an overreaction.
Not an overreaction.
I mean, we said Stefanski, McCarthy, Peterson, and Sirianni are options.
What'd you say, Phil?
The over-under is 2?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
2, yeah.
I'll go over.
I think if the Jags lose this week, Peterson's gone when they fly back to Jacksonville.
I think Peterson's out this year. I think so.
Yeah. So.
because they have a pretty good roster. The underperforming is really kind of sad to watch.
All right, so the next two are going to be about Dallas, as we love them.
Trash.
I mean,
Quote.
Oh, you didn't ask the question yet. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
you're right. You're right. So Mike McCarthy will be the head coach in 2025.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is not a dig, but there's a reason why I'm wording it this way, DJ.
It's not an overreaction. Jerry likes having McCarthy's nose up his ass.
He loves. Yeah,
He loves coaches
enjoys it.
that are long overdue to be gone. Garrett,
Garrett.
Yeah.
Wade
Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it
I mean, I'm telling you,
happens.
his nose being in his ass is comfortable. Like it.
As long
I
as
would
Jerry
say it's
has
not an
Dak on the
overreaction
team.
only if Bill O'Brien is the new GM of the Houston Texans.
As long as Dak O'Brien, goddamn it, JC.
Jack O'Brien.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As long as Dak Prescott's on the team, Jerry's gonna have his guy to be a scapegoat. He's always gonna blame
Oh,
Dak.
speaking of scapegoats, that was actually my next one. Mike Zimmer is going to be the newest scapegoat for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
For sure.
Yes.
But to be fair, I don't even know if it's a scapegoat thing because his defense is actually this bad. Look what Dan Quinn did the last 3 years. I know there's injuries, but Mike Zimmer has been a really, really bad defensive coordinator for Dallas.
I think if Dallas finishes 8-8 or better, McCarthy stays. If they have a losing season, I think he's gone.
Yeah, I can see
Losing
that.
season or missing playoffs?
Losing season.
Losing season.
Okay.
Is
If
that
they
the
miss
same
the
thing?
playoffs, he's gone. If they miss the playoffs,
No,
Yeah.
because
If they don't
he
make
could
the
be
playoffs,
8-9.
he's not coming back.
Because you could remember it's 8-9 now, so it's either 9-8 or 8-9
or 8-8
but
and 1. You could see
8-8 and 1.
They'll
Right.
tie the Panthers. Gee.
Could you imagine, DJ? Like, would you just
I truly think that if we tied the Panthers and like we got a number one first round pick because of it, I think I would find some Cowboys gear to burn. I really do.
no sulfuric
Not all of
acid?
it.
You know, just all right. I guess.
Not all of it.
Yeah.
But a
No
couple
bleach.
shirts that are older,
All right.
Oh,
I'd
man.
cook them. I'd cook those fucking shirts.
Jesus. All right.
Right? Yeah. This is where I am now.
All right.
I'm telling you. I'm not
All
letting it
right.
hurt me anymore.
I'm with you.
You
I'm with you.
can't
Thank
be
you, man.
hurt. That's true.
I asked
So,
to hurt you, but we already know.
so
So,
speaking of
Yeah,
the
you-
real America's team, despite their current record, the Lions are by far the best team in the NFL.
That is not
overreaction.
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 I
JC
think
says
I
not.
think the Lions are the best team. I mean,
Are we
second to
not
probably-
giving Minnesota their flowers anymore? They haven't lost a game.
They're
saying
about to
playing
lose
the
this
Lions?
week. I'm gonna throw it
They're
out there.
playing the
gonna lose
Lions this week.
Yep. So
So that's why I started the question like that, despite their
So
current
until
record.
they lose. No.
okay, I will say right now, Kansas City and Baltimore are better. But
Kansas City with the refs or Kansas City without the refs?
does it matter?
Yes.
Yes, it does actually.
Okay,
Absolutely
well,
matter.
Kansas City with Taylor Swift in attendance and Baltimore are better than Detroit right now. So, Detroit, though, I think is the best team in the NFC. And we're going to find out this week for sure if I'm right. So
I'm gonna say it's not an overreaction. I think roster wise, I think they're better than Minnesota.
Roster.
And I'm not saying that just because they beat us. I'm not. That's like
I'm only saying Minnesota is the best because of Brian Goddamn Flores.
yeah.
When you have Brock Purdy, a really respected quarterback in the NFL, fucking finding him, you guys name me a time where a quarterback finds the defensive coordinator to say, "Holy shit, you just beat our ass." I'll concede my point.
So
I mean, same
He's
with
the
Vic,
unsung hero.
Vic Fangio. I mean, giving Brock his props for the Super Bowl loss.
Yeah, he did. That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, you're right. I get the argument for Brian Flores, but I think roster wise, I think Detroit just has
Detroit's better roster wise. I'm not arguing that,
too many more weapons.
yeah.
But well, actually, Aiden Hutchinson being out, that levels the playing field quite a lot.
It does.
It does.
They can still make a move, but there is something with this team. They're just motivated. They play for each other. That coaching staff is so great.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I hope they win the Super Bowl. I'm not.
No,
I'm not. It's
yeah.
just it's a debate I didn't think we'd be having. Right? I mean, it's kind of crazy.
True.
To be fair, I'm the only guy on this podcast that picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl this year, so I just want to.
Yeah, no, you can fuck off. All right, Niners are gonna get their 6 before Dallas does. But anyway,
Well,
I
Mike,
think
that's not saying a whole lot. What you got to say right now?
shut up, all of you.
Yeah, seriously, like
DJ just catching strays. Ricky.
But real talk though, real talk. I was
Goddamn.
thinking that if Detroit does win this week against Minnesota, it's gonna lay out the blueprint for everybody else. I'm not saying Minnesota's a fraud, but I think they got away with too much this year so far.
I mean, Sam Darnold actually can play football if he's put in that position.
What?
Got away with what? What do you mean? Example.
Yeah, please. What does he get away with?
I'm just asking because like they haven't won.
Have you seen the games?
Yes, I have seen the games. I'm not speaking for the Niners games particularly. Like a lot of their minus the Texans, they beat the dog shit out of the Texans, but like the Packers game, the Jets game,
the Jets.
So the games that were 1-score games, like that's what I'm saying. Like they got away with not like obvious Kansas City calls, right? But like they got away with like blown coverages. And I mean, obviously, it's just the defense fucking up and then Sam Darnold taking advantage of it. But like, no one's really pressured Sam Darnold the way the Vikings did, though.
So in my opinion, I'm legitimately asking this: don't you think there's a difference between kind of fraudulent wins and maybe too close for comfort versus?
I'm not saying they're fraudulent though.
Not keeping their neck on an opponent, because all these wins that are 1-score, they've been beating the dog shit out of, and then they just took their foot off the gas, which is kind of like Kyle Shanahan does that, and he's still
no, they weren't. No, the Jets kept up with them. The Packers, the only one I agree with you on is the Packers because they were getting their they were stomping the shit out of Green Bay until Green Bay was catching up. But San Francisco was neck and neck until they just got away. The Jets, they were just neck and neck until they just got away with it. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like I'm not saying that they're fraudulent wins by no means. I'm just saying that there have been opportunities to where they could have lost, and it could have been bad for them too. That's what I'm saying. But yes, the Texans, they beat the dog shit out of them. The Giants, to beat the dog shit out of them. Those were convincing wins. But at the same time, Kansas City hasn't been convincingly beating people. So, like, if you put Kansas City, Minnesota in the game this week, I would have easily picked Minnesota over Kansas City.
Unless it was an Arrowhead.
I mean,
the
rest.
Well, yeah, but the refs are not going to score all your points. Like when you score so many points on Kansas City and you're just better than them in every capacity, you just lose. And nobody thinks Kansas City is going to be undefeated. They look like shit. No. They're a Super Bowl champion who actually looks like shit right now. But Minnesota, it's Sam Darnold reminds me so much of Baker going to fucking Tampa.
Yeah,
he just found the right area. I mean, he found the right team.
All you have to do. Here's the trick: just go to Carolina and then leave.
Yeah,
and you're fine. That's all you have to do. Sam Darnold, career fucking year with
Christian McCaffrey,
Christian McCaffrey,
Baker.
Christian barely played in the games. He was so hurt.
DJ Moore had a career fucking year last year. I mean, just leave. Just go to Carolina, put in your time, and leave, and you'll be fine.
Hey, Will Levis, you want to go to Carolina for a week?
He did this guy. Stop. No. You let that go, JC. So the AFC East is only taking one team to the playoffs.
AFC East.
Not a reaction. Not a reaction.
Actually, no. Hold on. Let me think about this.
Let's look at the standings.
I'm really trying to think about. Adams.
Buffalo and Miami.
No. Buffalo and the Jets.
The Jets.
Not Miami.
Because he has chemistry. He has a lot of chemistry with fucking Adams. But again, is the offensive coordinator going to get in the way? But Nathaniel Hackett's not calling plays anymore. So I don't. Fuck, that's hard.
If anyone gets in the way, they'll fire him.
Yeah, they'll get fired.
Yes, true. I mean, let's see. Baltimore, Pittsburgh's always in because Mike Tomlin's the goddamn coach.
I'm gonna say overreaction then, because I actually now see the Jets capitalizing on all the talent they already have. If Garrett Wilson as a 2 is.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yep.
They have Breece Hall. They have Sauce Gardner. The Jets have a very, very good fucking team. They're just Mike Williams is clearly not the same quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is always going to throw people under the bus. That ain't changing. He's still a shit. But him with that sarcastic-ball reference at the end, I gave him so much fucking credit for that because that had me in tears. If you've never watched South Park, where even he criticized the refs for that phantom fucking rough the passer. So when he's doing it, that's fucking bad. And I give him a lot of credit for that. He didn't have to do that.
And then the thing that made me laugh about the Jets this week or this past week was the comment that Bill Belichick said, "Ready, fire, aim." When they were talking about firing Robert Saleh, I was like, "Damn it!"
Mm-hmm.
It's the Jets being the Jets. Like it was literally his way of saying the Jets being the Jets, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
And that's what makes you not believe in them, no matter how much talent they have. It's frustrating,
It is.
So, they're really hard to. They're really hard to be honest with you. They're really hard to predict.
All right.
I don't know. I'll say not me personally. I'll say overreaction.
Okay.
Cool. So the Raiders made a mistake by not taking Jim Harbaugh when they had the chance.
Overreaction.
Yes,
I'm gonna
overreaction or a yes or not an overreaction?
I mean,
Maury?
was it between the Raiders and Chargers who was going to land Harbaugh this offseason, right? I mean,
Yes.
God,
But I don't think the Raiders' problem is Antonio Pierce.
no.
No. But quality
Harbaugh would have
of
been
coach.
an upgrade. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Harbaugh would have been an upgrade.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think the Raiders just they're in a rebuild basically. They need a couple of years to get there. I think Harbaugh wasn't going to go there because he doesn't want to be in a rebuild. He wants to be on a team that's
Ready to go.
decent enough talent that he can build. Yeah, and the Chargers aren't that far off. So, yeah.
No, he's making Herbert look actually decent.
Yep.
Shocker. So finally, Lamar Jackson will be taking home his third MVP.
Not an overreaction.
Not an overreaction.
Reaction.
Not an overreaction.
So,
Phil, you said overreaction?
No.
Oh, you said no, not an okay. So we'll all say not. Okay, yeah.
I thought he was on the sauce. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
No, I just thought he would. I just thought he might pick. I thought he might pick somebody else, and I would even argue that why can't Derrick Henry be in the conversation for the fucking MVP?
He should be.
He should be, but they always seem to go with quarterbacks.
should be.
Don't they? Yeah.
Always a
Always.
quarterback. Bro.
And Sam Darnold is still in the fucking conversation for MVP. Like, oh my
yeah.
god, like, oh my god.
What? Baker Mayfield? Hell yeah, bro. He's definitely in the conversation.
Fuck that shit.
For most improved. What?
Yeah, no, you calm down. Last but not least, this is just the one off. How about the Commanders? Like, let's be honest here for a second, guys. Like,
Oh, we talked
Okay.
about it last week, but you weren't on. But yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to ask. Now that the Ravens game is over and they only lost by a score, like,
Lost by a score, yeah.
like
What's
are
the
you
what's
guys-
the overreaction or under? What is the question?
No,
I
no,
think the question
it's
is,
not.
are they legit?
Like,
I-
do you think
I think they're on the way to
legit?
being legit. I think they need another year or two, and it's
Yeah.
really frustrating to watch. So I think they're going to run this division.
They
Do you
could
think
very
they'll-
easily get a.
Are they going to be the first back-to-back division winner?
Yeah, I'm about to ask the
Yes.
same question, Rob.
Yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
you're asking a lot now. Jesus. Yeah.
If Dallas doesn't make changes, and they won't, if Philly doesn't fire Sirianni,
They won't.
the Giants, I truly don't know what the fucking plan is for consistency. So I can't even help you out there. Washington is the only one right now with a clearly positive upward trajectory. Everybody else is still figuring themselves out in the NFC East,
As long
but
as
Washington
it's-
isn't. Washington's clearly they have
That's-
Kingsbury.
Best time.
What happened?
They're cresting in the best time. Every other team there is just falling apart. So
Agreed.
they
Agreed. No,
I
totally.
agree.
look that
I
much
agree.
better and actually have that much of a better record because of it.
As long as
I
they
mean-
keep Kingsbury, because he's just a better coordinator than a coach. And I know some teams are going to potentially come calling for Kingsbury, but if they keep Kingsbury as an offensive coordinator, he works well with quarterbacks. He really does. He did it. He did it in college. He did it at Tech. So yeah.
I mean, as long as he's got Jaden McKinnon.
Arizona.
I mean, DJ, I know you're catching strays from me a lot tonight, but let me ask you a legitimate question, and then of course everybody else can follow.
Mike, I
If-
forgot you were here.
Yep, fuck off. All right. Over here trying to apologize and stand on olive branch. All right. Fuck Madison.
As he's
Anyway.
still shooting the gun at you, he's like, "I'm sorry."
Yes. If the Niners miss the playoffs, do you think the office is done? And I'm saying Shanahan and Lynch.
Huh.
That's a
That's
good
actually a
one.
good question.
Interesting.
There's there's a
Shape
lot of near misses
If they
that
miss the
that they have
playoffs,
here.
Mhm.
They missed the play because
No,
you can't blame
no.
the injury bug.
why not?
Because the logic is you had 8 years, two
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl appearances, you both choked them
Mm-hmm.
away.
Yep.
Okay. If
You've
they
had all
miss
this
the
opportunity.
playoffs with the
Go ahead.
NFC West being what it is now,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you you fire sale that whole goddamn front office.
I
mean,
don't agree. I don't agree
I
personally.
don't know, man. If they stay healthy and they end up not,
The whole point of this team is the health, right? And then they're still good. They're still coached well. They do have some major fucking injuries. CMC wasn't there to be decoration. He was there to like be the guy. And him being out is catastrophic. Like they won't win a Super Bowl probably with the health they're in currently right now, but there'll be a tough out.
yeah,
It would be it would be bad if they make but the 49ers making 2 Super Bowls and you fire the guys who got you there, that's super backwards to me.
You fire the guys that can't get you the finish.
So you can't get over it.
That's the problem.
I don't see any other team in that division winning it. So
No, of course not. But that's what I'm saying. Like with all this time being in that office, you've had all this opportunity. You have the talent. Like it's unquestionable that you have the talent, and you still can't close it. Do you keep
Look, if they don't make the playoffs, I don't see them firing the front office, but I do see Shanahan being on the hot seat.
Yeah, that I
following
can see.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
They
what
bought
I
themselves a year. They bought themselves at least a year with all these injuries. My
because
opinion.
despite the injuries,
Mhm.
with that weak that division is, like, oof, like you have, the
And they're still
tiebreaker
beating
on Seattle
teams,
right now.
and they're still actually they're fighting. So it's not like they gave up. If they gave
No,
up,
that's true.
That's a coaching
That's
issue.
true.
I agree
But
with you.
the-
Then yeah, like all right, maybe you just let everybody go because this ain't working. But the team believes in the mission still. So as long as the team does, they're not going to want to fire the front office. Fuck everybody in the front office because of the front office.
Right.
You're an attractive franchise. This is the kind of front office you keep them for another 10 years.
Well, I only asked the question because there was an article that came up, and so it started with Nick Bosa making the comment that the DC didn't adjust, and that's why they're eating these one score losses. Because you'll notice, especially the Arizona game, they were shut down. First half, they shut out Arizona, and then they came back.
Mhm.
Same thing with LA. They shut them out, and then they came back. Now, I'm not saying that.
Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right.
Mhm.
What's the coach? Rob. I just lost the train of thought. LA coach.
Sean McVay?
Sean McVay?
McVay. There you go. Yeah. Not saying that Sean McVay is not a good head coach. I mean, he even expressed like crazy emotion after coming out with that comeback win against San Fran. And McVay typically loses against San Fran, generally speaking.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
McVay is a
But-
master of adjustments. He really is.
He is. And so
Yeah.
the thing is Bosa made the comment, and then Shanahan, like most front office, they'll clean it up. No, it's everybody's fault. It's everybody's fault. And it's just like at the end of the day, if you ever notice people leaving, then all the shit comes out about how bad the front office handles everything. Jimmy G was probably the loudest. He wasn't the loudest, but he was the one that was like super cool about it. It's like, yeah, no, they just don't know what they're doing.
I think
Type
the
of thing.
49ers are so successful. They're so successful. Any slight thing you guys think is doomsday. Meanwhile,
No. I'm not saying that.
Meanwhile, we have Dallas.
You have
Meanwhile,
Dallas,
there
you
is
have the New
Dallas,
York
yes.
Giants.
Yeah.
You have a waste. The Giants wasting a masterful fucking defensive team, just wasting them. You know what I mean? You couldn't even do the basics. Like
Right, I get that. But I mean, like,
we could trade horror stories. I would kill to have your front office and consistency.
but there are literal articles that like when certain players leave, they're just then all the bashing comes out like, nah, this is like fucking horrible and shit like that. Now, granted, everybody who leaves their organization probably has
Like,
something negative to
Your
say.
defensive coordinator is very replaceable, Mike. He's
Oh,
very
for sure.
replaceable.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he
he's
could be a
very
scapegoat. Yeah,
replaceable.
fuck him. Yeah, go
But-
call Salah.
But
Seriously.
man, it's one of those things. Is just like you can only switch out DCs so often. Now, mind you, 2 DCs were dropped because of head coaching jobs. So
Exactly.
much respect to them. But like, last year, our DC wasn't the legitimate problem.
Yeah.
He really wasn't. So that's why I asked the question to DJ first, because obviously he's a Niner hater. And I wanted to hear his honest opinion. Yeah,
Okay.
of course. But Rob, you were intrigued by the question, but you didn't answer. What do you think?
I honestly don't care because it's your team. So,
I mean, he answered honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All
thank
right,
you for your gender.
let's get into
That's
our
right.
Week 7
Robin blocked
predictions. The pick order this week is Chicken Wing,
So goddamn funny.
Chicken Wing, Phil, Rob, Nori, DJ, and then JC. Teams on a bye are Chicago and Dallas.
Thank fucking Christ.
So we're gonna start.
I was taking L's in the bye week.
I just said bye. Anyway,
Yeah, they
we're
just take
gonna
it serious.
start with a Thursday night game in Nolans. The Broncos are taking on the Saints. Chicken Wing, what do you got?
I did not
You
have
know, I
JC
really
saying Nolans
couldn't-
on my bingo card.
Yeah,
I know. It's
I
just
had to
that's
say it
just
right. Just one time for you Cajun people.
this is weird. JC saying that. I couldn't pick like half of these games, Nori. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna confidently take the Saints over the Broncos.
All right, Phil,
Same.
Rob,
Saints.
Nori.
Broncos. I've seen Spencer Dinwiddie play football. So
All right, DJ.
That's true. He is not
bad.
good at this
He's
game.
bad. I'll gladly be wrong on this, but he is bad. And Denver doesn't look too terrible. They barely lost to the Chargers, who are a decent team. The Saints have more talent, but if you have no quarterback, if you have no bus driver, GG's.
Bills on the bus go around.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Broncos too. Spencer Rattler's terrible.
He's really bad. I hope I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
I like the Saints, but he's fucking terrible.
I'm going with the Broncos. The Saints are on a bit of a win streak, right? A losing
A
streak
lose
right
streak.
now. And got to stick with what's working. Yeah, until they break out,
And
it's
also-
hard to pick them.
Spencer Rattler's bad.
This is the week that Taysom Hill comes in for 4 touchdowns.
Hell yeah, bro! You already know.
If
You already
Hell,
know.
wait.
I
I'm about
can
to
actually
scoop
see
him
that
up.
happening. If Taysom Hill was starting, I probably would change my pick. I've seen Spencer play, and he's just not him. He's not.
Sure.
And again, I've been wrong before. We all hated on fucking Darnold and everybody else, and ha ha ha. And maybe he comes in and he's like, that's his team, and he fucking balls out. You know what? Good for him if he does. But based on what I've seen, nah.
All right. Phil, your
Yep.
Jags are in London again. This time the Patriots are coming to Wembley. This time it's not Wembley, not Tottenham. What do you got?
So this is a game no one wants to watch. Like, I'm a Jaguars fan. I
Not
don't
even
even
the people in London, by the way.
Agreed.
This is two horrible teams. That being said, I'm going to go against what I said before and not pick Jacksonville. I said before I wasn't going to pick Jacksonville until they had 2 wins in a row, but Patriots are god awful too, and I think Dougie P doesn't want to lose his job when he gets back stateside, so I think they end up pulling it out.
If he makes it back stateside,
I was watching this YouTuber and they're like, this game's the worst thing to happen since the War of 1812. to England.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
No, I don't disagree.
Chicken Wing.
All right, Lulu, lick me if the Patriots gonna win. Damn, she didn't. Hell yeah! All right, Jacksonville.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Rob.
Where's my phone? Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's a fucking weirdo.
It said New England. Damn it. No.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Nori.
I really, and I'm a certified, I've went to classes for this. I'm a certified fucking Boston hater. I really, really like Drake May. It's also torture because we tried to draft that motherfucker too. We couldn't. So Patriots are smart enough to give him up. I really like him. I don't know what's going on with Jacksonville right now. And the Patriots finally scored points last game they played the Texans, and the Texans. It's a hard game to gauge. They actually put up 21 points. So I'm actually going to go with the Patriots for the upset because they're going there to defend
For the
America.
Upset.
America.
TJ.
I mean, the fucking Patriots are coming to remind them that we won this goddamn war. So I don't know, man.
I'm gonna take the Jags. Maybe they'll leave London with a win this time.
Yeah, I think the strategy last week was expecting the Jags to get a win streak, and that's not happening. But they are staying in London. They don't have the travel to worry about. They're getting used to the time and everything like that. So I think the Jags will get a split of their games in London. So going with the Jags on this one. On to the Sunday early games. Seattle at Atlanta. Chicken Wing, what do you got?
Shit, I couldn't pick this game either. But there's legitimately a lot of games I couldn't pick. Fuck.
Atlanta, go.
Is it
Yeah, I have to
Atlanta?
go with Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprised you're having a hard time with this one.
Phil?
Yeah, I'm confidently picking Atlanta.
Maybe I can ask this. Is anybody going with Seattle?
Nope.
Not it.
No.
Yeah.
It seems like an easy one, but I mean,
Yeah.
pick whoever.
Okay. Speaking of easy ones, and I'll go first on this one. I'm just going to ask this
Hold on.
one.
Who did Chicken Wing pick?
He said Atlanta.
Atlanta. He said
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, you did. Okay, I thought it was Rob who said that.
No, I said it. Chicken wing followed. It's like, yeah.
He said it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Atlanta.
Yeah, I honestly think Atlanta's gonna smoke them. There's something wrong in Seattle. They don't look too hot right now.
You could go.
Speaking of easy ones, and this one's easy for me, is anybody taking Tennessee and Buffalo?
JC, I was legitimately not liking this pick, and I was like, oh, well, they got to trade. Who cares now?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we're all going Buffalo, myself included. Just
That's correct.
try not to suck too bad. Titans, please. That's all.
Just make it competitive, right? That's all you
Yeah,
want.
just
Make it
don't-
competitive.
Yeah,
That's all
don't
I'm
lose as
asking
bad as the
for.
Cowboys. You'll be fine.
Make it competitive, and Will, you can have all the mayo in your coffee.
Actually, don't lose as bad as OU.
Yes, don't lose
Nice.
as bad as OU.
That's all
All
we
right.
need.
Score 6 points, at least.
There you go.
Yeah, and maybe this might be competitive. Then Amari Cooper is like, yeah, our secondary is fucked up as much as it is. So, yeah. So,
All right, so this one is JC. I want you to bite his face. Do it.
Cincinnati at Cleveland. Is anybody taking the Browns right now?
Last year, yes.
Not anymore.
This year, no.
Not anymore.
No way in hell.
Yeah.
It looked terrible.
All right. On to one we got to think about here. Houston at Green Bay. Chicken Wing.
Mm.
Fuck. Why do you? Oh yeah, because
You're
Because-
first,
week.
dumbass.
Because I won last week. I know. Shut up, ho.
Oh, you tied for first. Don't get too.
Mm.
Yeah,
There was a
tiebreaker.
tiebreaker there
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn, dude, this one's fucking hard. I'm gonna go with Green Bay on this one.
All right. Phil.
Blasphemy.
Texans.
Rob.
Texans.
Nori.
Absolutely, the Texans. I don't understand why Green Bay's favored.
DJ.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans.
There you go. Support a real Texas team.
I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good
Fuck
game.
you,
I just,
Rob.
I think it'll be a good game. I just think, I think Texans are just better.
I'm going with Green Bay.
Good job,
Of course
JC.
you are. Of course
Yeah,
you are.
Exactly.
That was
Green
just a
Bay's in a
hatred
stronger
pick.
division than Houston is right now. So, and Lambeau's not an easy place to play. So,
Yeah, but it's Lambeau in like 70-degree weather.
yeah,
No, it's not.
There's a cold front
It's-
moving in. Just saying.
This
Is it
cold
40?
front coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Just throwing it out there.
Good portion of the
How-
country's under
how
freeze
cold?
warning tonight.
How cold are we talking?
I mean,
I will
nipples
look.
would be hard. Just throwing that out there. But, yeah, so.
It ain't fucking winter there, man. It'll be a little cool, but it's not like a snow and shit. I don't think it's enough to stop the Texans.
Yeah, we'll see. Miami at Indianapolis.
Indy.
Yes,
Oh wait.
I was gonna say, is it? Can I ask that? Is anyone picking Miami with this one?
absolutely
Miami-
not.
No.
Miami Hurricanes?
What?
I mean, they got a shot against the Colts. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go in Indy, and here we go. This is the
Game of the week.
Sunday night game that well, the sports minorities game that should be flexed was isn't because of the NFL's flex rules. Detroit at Minnesota. Rob, you are the Vikings fan for now, so you're picking this one first. Go for it.
Obviously, my Vikings. Hello.
right.
Obviously.
Chicken wing.
Rob, you went Vikings?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going Lions. Fuck him.
Okay.
I'm going Lions.
Good reasoning.
All right.
See, feels biased, so.
Nori.
I'm confidently picking Minnesota until they actually lose a game. I'm gonna pick them.
All right. DJ.
I'm taking the Lions.
And I am going with Detroit. With Detroit, I said earlier too. So yeah.
Okay. Bunch of haters. I get you.
I said the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. This is really going to define it. So both of them are pretty much coming off bye weeks. Let's be honest here. So
Bunch of haters.
What? What I say? What?
Nothing I said.
Yeah.
You didn't say
You said
anything
nothing
inaccurate.
wrong.
Everything
Said
was
nothing
correct.
wrong, JC. You were 100%
I have-
accurate.
Yeah. Right.
I have
You're
first-hand
accurate.
experience with what the Lions can do, which is why I'm picking them.
Yeah.
So we're good on that.
Yeah,
Nori?
but, you know, Minnesota has an actual defense.
Yeah.
Do they really though?
Brian
Do
Flores.
they?
We going find
Brian
out.
Flores, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Last year, Rob, you were the Lions fan, as I recall.
Yeah.
I was. That's right.
Now it's a week by week thing with him. So
Look at me, I'm the Lions fan now.
Look at you.
Get him, Phil.
Nori.
Giants.
Yeah, I gotta ask. How
I'm
much
sure-
shit is Saquon Barkley gonna get in MetLife this game?
This defense for the Giants is insane right now. Absolutely fucking insane. They're gonna make his life hell. That is the one thing they're not gonna allow is him to have a great game. I think they're gonna be on him like fucking glue. The fans, the organization are super pissed off. You don't leave as a free agent, go to a division rival. That is just a major, major dripping cunt move, and he did that. So good for him, whatever. But yeah, the defense gave the Bengals a crazy run for their money, minus like the last 5 seconds. They allowed a couple of big plays, but they kept them in check. They sacked Burrow 4 times. I still think they lead the league in sacks. I'm not convinced that the Eagles have a good O-line. They're getting healthier, but this is my fuck you pick of the week. And I'll totally get it because the Giants are not playing great at home. But yeah, that's my analysis. Is the fuck you pick of the week, and I hate the Eagles, and I'm too in my feelings to pick the Eagles. Yeah, this is the fuck pick of the week.
Chicken wing.
Forgot I was on mute. Eagles. That's a no-brainer. Yeah,
It's not a no-brainer.
Eagles.
The Eagles are playing so good. The Eagles are playing so good. It's a no-brainer. All right.
All right. Phil.
Yeah, I think Nori's right that the Giants don't want Saquon Barkley to run all over him, but I think that he's going to. Picking Eagles.
All right. Rob.
I'm gonna trust in New York's defense to stifle the I guess struggling Philly team. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Giants.
All right. DJ.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same Eagles team that had a head coach get hyped over beating the Browns
Yeah.
by 4 points. I'm absolutely taking the Giants.
The pattern of the Eagles' schedule this year: win, loss, win, loss, win. This is a win for the Giants. The Eagles it's just falling into place. They're just gonna
yes.
So
Well,
Science-
now that you say that, see.
yeah, just throwing it out there.
Scientific approach there.
No, but in all, yeah, the Giants are playing much better right now. Honestly, they just had some tough games. That's it. So, I think they're gonna win this one. I mean, Philly is favored by 3, which is a bit shocking. I'm surprised 91% of the people on Yahoo are picking Philly on this one, but it's
Yeah, because they've been playing so great.
yeah. On to the Sunday late afternoon games. Las Vegas at the LA Rams.
Is anybody picking the Raiders?
Yeah.
Is anybody? Nah, I'm good.
No way.
Pass.
And let's keep that going. The Communists are hosting the Panthers. Is anybody taking Carolina?
I think it's gonna be the biggest beating of the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It'd be so bad.
Now, Chicken Wing, you're picking first anyway, but your Niners Super Bowl rematch hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you got?
Yeah, no, fuck all of you.
Okay. What
Wow.
the fuck does that have to do with the pick?
Wow.
I
Weird.
know. It's
Fuck do
weird.
we do to you?
I was gonna. Okay, well, sure.
So,
No,
No,
let him
I'm
go
picking
first.
the
Let him go
Chiefs.
first.
And to answer Nori's, no, Nori, you were like nowhere near the top 10 in takeaways and defense. I had to look it up.
What?
okay,
Actually,
but just make your pick. Do this already.
I did it.
What did
Who are
you
you
say?
said
talking about?
Chiefs.
Who's top
He
10
said the
takeaways?
You
Chiefs.
said Chiefs?
I said Chiefs. Yeah,
okay.
open yours.
All right.
No, but
Packers.
where's that
has-
takeaways? I don't know what you're saying.
I said that the Giants are not top 10 in total takeaways. In fact, Green Bay has the highest at 17. With
That's
Chicago,
great. I didn't say number one in takeaways. That's a cool stat though. I never
That's
said that.
pretty cool.
That's nice.
you said top 10.
I said number one in sacks, but go on.
Okay. All right. Well, Chicken Wing took the Chiefs. Phil, what about you?
I too am taking the Chiefs.
All right. Rob.
I too am taking Taylor Swift's team.
Nori.
I'm taking the 49ers because they're not playing in the fucking Arrowhead, and the 49ers, yeah, I think they're not as healthy as the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are not playing that fucking good. I'm not so convinced that they're going to beat the 49ers, who are actually playing better than them right now.
All right. DJ.
The Chiefs get their first loss of the season.
And I'm going with Kansas City right now. So. All right. Sunday night game. Jets at Steelers. Chicken Wing, what do you got?
That's a tough one, actually.
That's a tough one now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Yahoo has almost 80% Steelers. Why? This is so much more even than that's insane.
Because
Well,
most
it was-
aren't paying attention to the news.
I mean, I'll
And-
picks before the news, I guess.
And Fields
Yeah,
isn't
somebody made
starting.
picks before the news.
Mm-mm.
Like, what if-
Wilson is.
Yeah,
Who's-
Wilson starting,
Yeah.
which changed my mind a lot, actually.
add Adams also. Like this is so much harder than Yahoo is. Whatever. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
this
Mike, my
wasn't
bad.
this.
Go ahead.
This wasn't this. This was like one of my many games I couldn't pick because like I found out about Russell Wilson, but I was like, all right, it's Wilson
Yeah,
against
this is this
against
hard.
Rodgers. Who cares? Like, but that's still tough, right? Shit. But Tomlin plays it. That's gonna be a defensive fucking game. Like,
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be that. This is a hard one. Like right now, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh just because. Yeah, Rodgers has chemistry, but he doesn't know the playbook yet with Devontae.
Mhm.
So I don't think
Just
he'll be.
get open.
Yeah,
I
think
get
that's the
just
playbook,
get open.
Yeah.
but Tomlin's not gonna. There's no way he'd make that easy. He'd make it that easy for
You know who
Devontae.
also doesn't know the playbook? Russell Wilson. So
No. Hopefully he's been studying it while he's been sitting on the sideline. So.
I'm just
I mean,
saying.
hopefully, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh.
Phil.
Yeah, Russell Wilson still shows up in his uniform when he's not playing. So I think he probably knows his playbook. I think that I'm still not sold on Jets, and Pittsburgh just always seems to pull these kind of games out. So I'm going with Pittsburgh.
All right. Rob.
Gonna go with the Jets. Yeah.
All right. Nori.
I'm gonna go with the Jets too. I think Adams. Yeah, that's a fair point. He's not gonna know the playbook super well, but he's gonna know get the fuck open. And I'm pretty confident since they're so close. The Rodgers has already been FaceTiming. Literally, the motherfucker was at his house. I think he's already going over the playbook with him. Let's go over it. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, because let's be real. Right now, Aaron Rodgers is the offensive coordinator. So, I'm not worried about their chemistry. If this was like some wide receiver who they don't know each other, totally get that point. But they know each other, right? So, I'm not worried about chemistry too much. And I am worried about Wilson, his first NFL game with a brand new team. Brand new team. So he has to know the playbook. He has to work on chemistry with the wide receivers. I think there's a lot more pressure on him. Even though the Steelers' defense is amazing, I think the Jets can actually pull this out. But, the Jets have jetted me before, so what do I know?
All right. DJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets. truthfully, even with Russell Wilson suiting up and more than likely knowing the playbook, he's going to be rusty. But he hasn't played at all this whole season. There's nothing like live game action as opposed to standing on the sidelines and watching live game action. So he's going to have to work that off. And the Jets defense is good. So I think they're going to give him a hard time all day. So yeah.
I'm going with Pittsburgh on this one. I'm still, with everything that's been going on within the Jets right now, I'm just not convinced still that they've gotten rid of this dysfunction that's there. So the offense is still crap, to be honest with you. So, all right. Now, there is a Monday night doubleheader once again this week, after a couple weeks off from that. The first one is Baltimore at Tampa Bay. Now, this game is going to be on ESPN and ABC. So, this one's available if you, just pretty much free to everybody if you have a ABC. So, Chicken Wing, what do you got?
Fuck, man. Like, stop giving me these hard ass games, JC. Jeez.
Schedule.
I know. I mean, right? You're right. It is. I just need to stop crying about it. King Henry. King Henry. That's gonna be my go-to right there.
Yep. Phil.
Yeah, this game is the exact opposite of the Jaguars-Patriots game. This is going to be a great game, exciting game to watch. A game between two teams that play the American sport of football well. But it's going to be Ravens Super Bowl pick. Ravens are going to pull this one out.
Rob, I know you're going to love picking this one. What do you got?
Ravens.
Yeah. Nori.
I think the Bucks are the new Cowboys, where they're not going to beat an elite team, but they could beat everybody else. I don't think they're going to beat the Ravens.
Right. DJ.
Yeah, I'm going to shock y'all. I'm actually picking Tampa.
Oh, boy.
Because
The
of
Ravens
the
have been
Cowboys?
giving up. No, because the Ravens have been giving up a lot of points. They gave up 38 to the Bengals. I mean, the Commanders came within one score beating them, and Tampa just got done picking up 51.
I mean,
So-
Tampa's not some scrub team. It's not a bad pick. It's ballsy, but it's not bad.
But Tampa's been giving up a lot of points, too. So I'm
Right,
going with
right.
Baltimore. Yeah.
And that's all I need for King Henry, for selfish reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, the other Monday night game, which is exclusively on ESPN Plus, the Chargers at the Cardinals.
Coin flip.
Yeah, Chicken Wing, what do you got?
Oh, that was a easy pick. That was the Chargers right there. Puck color in Call of Duty.
Phil?
Nobody watches this game until the Ravens-Buccaneers game is over. But
If
I'm
they're
going
not
Cardinals
on.
on this one.
Yeah.
Rob.
The Chargers.
Nori?
I'm with Phil in this one. If the Chargers had a good defense, I'd be worried. I don't think they have a great defense. Is Marvin Harrison playing?
Don't know yet. He has to go through concussion protocol.
Okay, so I'm going to change my pick. If Marvin Harrison plays, I'm going to pick the Cardinals. If he's out, I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Okay. DJ?
Literally exactly the same.
I'm going with the Chargers as of now, for sure. So, all right, those are our predictions for Week 7. Some gimmies, I think, but you never know, and then some tough ones. This is difficult. So, next week we'll recap how we did with our Week 7 picks and make our Week 8 predictions and see what other crazy fucking trades happen. And surprisingly, next week there are no bye weeks as well, so no bye report cards to worry about for sure. So, and then potentially by next week we may know who is in the World Series too. So, yeah,
Insane.
yeah. Don't you love it?
I don't think there's any real bad matchups for this year's World Series. Like,
Well, if you ask America, they're pissed off the Yankees are going to get there because the Yankees are very universally hated because their fans are obnoxious. So that's why the Yankees, I don't talk a lot of shit because a lot of the fans are fucking obnoxious. I'm yelling at Yankees fans more than any other fan base. They are obnoxious. But I
meant-
obviously
I
want
meant
to
like
win.
I meant like matchup wise. Like I wouldn't.
No,
mind.
I'm saying a lot of people don't want to. Like, we're baseball fans, we don't care, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of baseball fans are like genuinely pissed the Yankees are there. But I think a lot of people are rooting for the Dodgers because Ohtani. People hate the Dodgers too, but who the fucking hate Ohtani? I mean, he had his translator fall on the sword. That's a fucking genius. That man can do anything. Know your place.
Man can do no wrong. All right.
He can do no wrong.
Has there ever been a Subway World Series?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
2000,
Yankees.
2000,
2000?
2002, right?
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So,
Or 2000? No, 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
2000. Yeah.
yeah, it was
You're right,
a
Rob.
Subway Series. Yeah. So that was the whole Piazza Roger Clemens thing, right? Trying to remember.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
I actually went there for that.
Nice.
The environment was insane. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us and listening and sticking through all the news to talk about the depressing bike report card for DJ. Still a higher grade than I gave the Titans. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, but
Rightly so.
yeah. Once again, I'm JC, your resident Titans fan. Join me. We got
Meep. Fuck y'all.
Why are you so angry?
I don't know.
You gotta.
This guy's a fucking moron.
Mike
Isn't he, man?
Mike is a champion at making things so awkward and off base. It'll just come out of nowhere. He's a champion at it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's because we all said fuck you last week.
Oh,
Well, fuck 'em.
come on. Like he doesn't say shit. One of us is missing. Yeah. So.
Sure.
Just Rob.
Yeah, Nori, I'm Giants just for 1 week. Don't embarrass me, please.
This is Rob. I'm gonna be a Vikings fan for at least one more week, so we'll see ya.
This is DJ. It's 11:25 p.m. Tuesday, October 15th. OU still sucks.
Checks out.
I'm setting myself up for another heartbreak with my Jags pick, but this is Phil, the Jaguars fan, and I'm used to it, so I'll live with it either way.
Sounds so depressed, Phil.
I know.
He is depressed, the poor guy.
I am depressed.
Yeah.
Just
see my-
embrace the line. Embrace the Lions.
The Jags are bad. Florida State's bad. It's a
Yeah.
football
At
season.
least you have Miami.
I don't like Miami. I hate Miami.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right, that's not.
Sorry.
Thank you everybody for listening. We'll catch you next week. Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities Podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities, search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
I'm still confused. That's how Mike says Giants are not top 10 in takeaways. Who started that conversation?
I don't know.
What are you talking
Out of
about?
left field.
I don't know.
Just random shit that he read somewhere and was proud that he was able to read it and comprehend it, so he told
I mean-
everybody.
Cool stat and everything, but I said they're number one in sacks. That's all I said.